guys, welcome back to Freedom Homestead. We are in the Freedom Homestead kitchen and I am the Freedom Homestead mama. My name is Tangi. How y'all doing? If you're new here, I'd like to invite you to hit the subscribe button and ring the bell so that way you don't miss any of the videos that we post. So I have been doing a series called Leftover Makeovers, and I'm just taking leftovers from previous meals and making them into a whole new meal. Yesterday I shared with y'all a video on how to roast chicken, and I'm telling you what, when you try it, you will be so happy that you did. It is flavorful and delicious, and you just have to try it to believe me. But we do have a little bit left over. This is what's left from what I sliced off the chicken, and there is a little bit of meat left on the bones. I put it in the refrigerator to get it nice and cool so I can pick the rest of it off and not burn my fingers. So I'm going to be picking the rest of this meat off and using this. It's not a lot of meat, but that's okay, because when you have just a little bit of meat, you can put it in something to make it stretch. So I am going to be making my husband and my son's one of their favorite things that I make, which is like a homemade Rice-A-Roni. It's very easy. You just need a few things. I'm gonna add the chicken to it. I'm gonna cook a couple of vegetables on the side, and it's gonna be a whole new delicious meal. And I know for a fact that this rice will get completely eaten up because they love it. And if there's any leftovers, the leftovers will get eaten up tomorrow at lunchtime. So let's come on in, let's pick some chicken off the bone, and let's take a leftover and give it a makeover. So now we're gonna get started on the homemade Rice-A-Roni knockoff. My family loves this. And the best part about making it at home is that you can control the sodium and all of that. The recipe that I found it from, which I will link that in the description box below, calls for chicken broth, and obviously I haven't made mine yet because you've already seen my bones sitting over there. But I am going to use chicken bouillon. So yeah, so let me show you how to make this. It is awesome and so extremely versatile. You're going to love having this recipe for your family. To begin our DIY Rice-A-Roni, we're going to start by melting 3 tablespoons of butter over medium heat. Then you're going to take a thin strand pasta. I'm using angel hair. You can use vermicelli, you can use thin spaghetti, just make sure it's thin. And you're going to break it up into little pieces, and you want about 1/3 of a cup. Now, I had filled my 1/3 cup up and still had some noodles left, so I just used all of it. You're going to put that into your melted butter, and you're going to toast that in the butter, and you have to keep an eye on it and keep stirring it because it can burn really quickly. Once I notice that my pasta is turning a light brown and starting to smell nutty and toasty, I add 1 cup of rice. This is just regular white long grain rice. And I stir it all in, letting the rice absorb some of the butter and let it get a little toasty. Once it does that, I add 2 cups of water, or you can use 2 cups of chicken broth, but in my case, 2 cups of water and 2 teaspoons of the chicken bouillon. Then you're going to season with salt, pepper, and garlic powder. I omitted the salt just because the bouillon itself is pretty salty, but I did end up adding some at the end once I tasted it. Once you've added your broth, you're going to turn the heat down and cover it, and you're going to simmer it for about 15 minutes or until your rice and your pasta is nice and tender. Now it's time to add in your add-ins, in my case, the chicken. I've already cut the heat off, and since the chicken is still cold, I just stirred it into the hot rice, covered it with the Dutch oven lid, and just let the heat inside the Dutch oven take care of the chicken while I finish the sides. Okay, so here is my dinner. It's gonna be so delicious, I already know. but you guys have definitely got to try this. And the cool thing about this recipe is it's super duper versatile. You can put like Cajun seasoning in it. You can use a packet of ranch to flavor it up. If Lisa from Sutton's Days is watching, I bet you could even use Fiesta Ranch. But yeah, there's like a million different things that you can do with do-it-yourself Rice-A-Roni. So, so good. Also, if you have people in your family that love vegetables, add some onions, carrots, peas, do like a stir fry if you want to. Anyway, super duper delicious. I got my favorite steamed broccoli with butter, salt and pepper. And yeah, that's it. Dinner's ready, y'all. Hope you enjoyed this recipe. Let me know if you give it a try. Until next time.